The laugh hit me first. A soft, collective sound, polite, deadly. At least Emma's honest, my father said. Wine glass raised, eyes never meeting mine. She drives a truck delivering meal kits. Another ripple of laughter. Someone tugged at the hem of my dress, whispering cheap like it was a diagnosis. I stood still, calm, counting breaths, because timing matters. The doors exploded open. Black suits. Weapons low but ready. Federal badges flashing like camera bulbs. The room folded into silence as if someone had cut the power. Then he walked in. The U.S. Secretary of State crossed the marble floor, past my frozen family, past my sister's billionaire in-laws, and stopped in front of me. Agent Cooper, he said evenly. We need you. That was the moment my father finally looked at me. Son, I wasn't always this woman. Once I was the extra daughter, the quiet one, the useful one. I learned early that love in my family was conditional and status was currency. I met Daniel during that phase of my life. He saw my silence and called it mystery, saw my restraint and called it grace. I let myself believe him. I let myself imagine a future where I didn't have to earn my place. That's why betrayal stings worse when it comes gently. It started small. Missed calls, locked screens, a new tone when he said my name. Patterns pretending to be accidents. I didn't confront him. I watched. A reflection in a window. A hotel receipt folded too carefully. A name I recognized because I'd seen it on donor lists at my sister's parties. Denial is loud. Truth is quiet. When I finally opened the file he didn't know existed, his offshore accounts, his unreported transfers, his conversations with people my agency had been tracking for years, I didn't cry. I planned. Son, revenge isn't rage. It's patience with teeth. I wore the cheap dress because it fit the role. I let my father embarrass me because arrogance loosens tongues. I let Daniel smile at me across the room, confident, untouchable. Every move had already been made. The wiretaps were approved. The evidence authenticated. The warrant signed hours before the cake arrived. When the agents flooded the room, I didn't flinch. When Daniel's face drained of color, I didn't look at him. I looked at my father, at the man who taught me that worth is what others see. Son, Daniel tried to speak. He didn't get far. I stepped forward then. Just one step. Enough. You always said I drove deliveries, I said calmly. You weren't wrong. I just never told you what I was delivering. The secretary didn't smile. He never does. But his hand on my shoulder was steady, respectful. Thank you for your work, he said. You did exactly what we needed. Daniel was escorted out. So were two of my sister's new in-laws. The engagement ended in handcuffs and headlines. Son, later, alone, I finally exhaled. Not relief, release. I didn't rise because they fell. I rose because I stopped hiding. They laughed at the